This is Entity 3, aka the Smiler from the Backrooms, and in this video I'll be going over the top 5 most common Backrooms entities that you might encounter if you are unfortunate enough to fall into the Backrooms. Let's start with Entity 9, also known as the Facelings. Facelings are a general term for faceless people that roam the Backrooms. There are multiple types, each with varying levels of hostility. They are one of the most populous entities in the Backrooms, and likely one of the first entities you will ever encounter. The most common two forms are adult facelings and child facelings, although more have since been discovered. Adult facelings are friendly and do not act with hostility until provoked. They typically have the appearance of standard adult humans. The only thing that looks different from us humans is their face. They don't have any facial features like a mouth, nose or ears. Their face is made completely from smooth skin. They can appear as male, female, and can also appear completely androgynous. Child facelings are extremely hostile. They often appear in groups of 2 and 3 and will torment and attempt to kill survivors they encounter. They are almost always female and swing small sharp objects. These typically are small pieces of sharp metal or small knives. However, seeing one is not always an attempt on your life. They will sometimes just attempt to scare survivors or pull pranks on them. If you wanna know more about these facelings, let me know in the comments. The only advice I can give you is to just avoid them. Now, let's continue with Entity 8, also known as Hounds. The name Hound comes from the dog-like nature of these entities, crawling on all fours and mauling anyone that provokes them. Hounds are humanoids with strange biology, with arms and legs that are built for travel on all fours. They are highly aggressive and are made even more aggressive when they see someone in an aggressive state, but can be intimidated by direct eye contact. This won't work for long, however, but it should be enough time to get your bearings and make a run for it. However, if you hear a growling noise, it's safest to stay out of sight of a hound. Do's and don'ts. Do. Keep direct eye contact with hounds if one is approaching you. Stay out of sight if you hear growling. Don't. Run away from hounds the second you see one. Attempt to tame them. The next entity is Entity 3, also known as Smilers. Smilers are generally hostile, and there have been many confirmed sightings of them. They can be identified by the signature reflective eyes and teeth gleaming in the dark. The best way to escape a Smiler is to keep direct eye contact. Smilers tend to reside in dark areas of level 2 and 3. Their base is known to be the Smiling Room. The Smiler is attracted to light and will chase anything they see with a light, so distracting it by throwing a light source at it would be great for an escape. The entity will only start to attack you if you panic and retreat, or if a loud noise is made. Keep direct eye contact and move away slowly to ensure your survival. Using a Smiler exterminator will cause the entity to retreat or lose its senses for a long period of time. Smilers have a long smile with multiple sharp teeth and have white glowing eyes. It is unknown what else it has for its biology, though it is rumored to have a physical body which cannot be seen with the human eye. It's rumored they have non-human alien-like bodies with arms and legs bent in unnatural ways, but this is unconfirmed. Do's and don'ts. Do. Keep eye contact and walk away slowly. Keep quiet and do not make any loud sounds. Use a Smiler exterminator bottle if you have one. Turn off all sources of light that you have equipped. Don't. Run away panicking unless the Smiler starts to chase you. Make loud noises. Keep your light sources on. Entity 10, more commonly known as the Skin Stealers, are large humanoid entities that can wear the skin of their victims as a disguise. They eat human flesh when in a hunger state and otherwise roam aimlessly if they do not need to eat. Their blood is translucent and they can mimic human speech. They are most commonly found on the first 3 levels but have been seen in many other levels too. Skin Stealers are typically docile creatures and will wander aimlessly if they do not need to feed. In this stage they will not be hostile unless you aggravate them. In a hunger state they will seek out humans wandering alone and will then use their strength to tear them apart with their hands. Skin Stealers are tall, pale, yellow humanoids with sunken white eyes. The outer layer of flesh is covered with microscopic bumps similar to the suckers of an octopus tentacle. These stick to skin that is torn off of humans and push and pull on it to make it fit, until the skin stealer looks identical to a human. These bumps also pump blood and nutrition into the skin to make it feel warm and alive, as well as prevent decomposition. In addition, it heals the skin, hiding any cuts that may identify a real human. After a period of around 24 hours, the skin will be digested through the surface of the skin stealer, and the skin stealer will enter a docile state. A skin stealer also has the ability to speak, but it cannot understand any language. It will repeat what it hears, often in varying languages, in order to lure their prey, but it cannot actually communicate. Although, since a typical skin stealer rarely uses their voice, this is not a good way to tell them apart from real humans. The blood of a skin stealer is completely translucent, so a good way to identify a skin stealer from a normal person is by their blood. There is actually a cool saying to remember if you ever find yourself in a situation in which you are not sure if someone is a skin stealer or not. It goes something like this. Blood runs red, they are not dead. Blood runs clear, don't go near. Pretty cool in my opinion. Do's and don'ts. Do. Walk away slowly and calmly if you see one. Check anyone you are traveling with for clear blood. Don't. Trust people that barely speak or say random assortments of words. Aggravate the skin stealer in its docile state. The last entity for this video is Entity 15, also known as wretches. Wretches are a human-like entity, often described as acting undead or zombie-like. Once human, these entities were transformed via a poorly understood process through the stem from deprivation of vital things such as water, food, and sleep. Wretches are common throughout the backrooms, residing in the shadows wherever humans gather due to their nature. The process of transformation into a wretch appears to be related to hunger, thirst, and lack of sleep. Isolation is thought to accelerate the process, judging by the high concentration of wretches in unexplored or dangerous areas. The process of transformation into a wretch is commonly referred to as the wretch cycle among wanderers, and it cannot be reversed by normal means. However, a transformation in process can be stalled by proper sustenance and rest, including almond water and royal rations. The wretch cycle lasts between several weeks to months and has 3 phases as follows. Stage 1. Initially, the symptoms manifest as itchiness and irritation comparable to a poison ivy rash. Over time, subtle psychological symptoms will set in and eventually resulting in erratic and aggressive behavior and a completely change in personality traits. These effects can be halted with normal bodily sustenance and all possible cures shown previously. Stage 2. During stage 2 of the wretch cycle, skin and muscle tissue will begin to dissolve in an unnatural fashion, often developing orifices and pustules. The outer skin will start to redden and flake off, eyes become bloodshot and irritated, and hair loss will set in. Survivors of the state often proclaim the itchiness of the stage to be unbearable, even describing scratching layers of their skin off in an attempt to stop it. Speech is still intelligible, but consists only of pleas for water, food, and help. Almond water and reality fresheners seem to be the only possible cure at this stage of the wretch cycle. Stage 3. At this stage, all hope to return to normalcy has been lost. Nails and teeth fall out of their natural positions, often regrowing elsewhere in unnatural quantities and sizes. Eyelids, lips, and cartilage dissolve, forcing the eyes to remain open constantly and roll wildly in their sockets. It is unknown if the consciousness of the original victim remains at this stage. Wretches at stage 3 constantly ooze a brown sludge-like substance from mouths and other openings. The behavior of an average wretch is comparable to Entity 10, possessing little intelligence but astounding strength. Rarely, however, wretches have displayed intelligent or even human-like behavior, able to craft or wield weapons. In packs, wretches often act in unison, behaving as a hive mind. Weaker wretches exist, but the majority possesses superhuman strength, often able to break through walls despite their fragile skeletal appearance. The speed of wretches varies as well, ranging from a slow shamble to sprints surpassing human capabilities. Vocalizations are the fastest and most reliable way to determine the threat of a wretch. Many wretches produce gurgling and snarling sounds, often and with little apparent purpose. Low-pitched and slow groans often indicate an unintelligent variant, while high-pitched vocalizations are often intelligent or unusually quick. This method is not always accurate, but it is the only reliable means of gulfing danger at this time. Do's and don'ts. Do. Attempt to save yourself or another with the possible cures previously mentioned. Listen to the vocalization to discern the threat level of individual wretches. Sleep, eat and hydrate regularly to prevent onset of the transformation. Don't. Attempt to save a wretch at stage 3. Lose yourself and your humanity to the wretch cycle. So, these were the top 5 most popular entities from the Backrooms. I hope you enjoyed the video. If that's the case, leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already to not miss future content. Also, let me know if you have any other more ideas for my Backrooms game, which is currently in development. See you in the next video.